right now in Dallas, Texas, and we're inside the house of my dear friend, other than Lynn and Rick. Happy anniversary! And of course, we have Dennis Matthew, technical engineer, engineer of LCE, and of course, my daughter Yasia, and we're here to travel, bring their product. And I want to introduce my co-host today. She used to have her own show on my network, no other than Nikesha Empress or Empress Nikesha. How are you today? We picked you up last night. So how are you?
Well, I'm amazing, Arielle. It's a blessing to be here in regards to what we have to talk about today when it comes to skincare, beauty,
Yes.
and the situation that's at hand. Because all I can say is, hey, let's get it going.
Yes, let's talk about the Armor Beauty. And in fact, Janice has famous, how do you call that, chemist or scientist who is also based here in Sugarland. And he was making a lot of, I think, product or for anti-aging to be beautiful. But this product that I brought is Armor Beauty. It's a very simple Armor Beauty, and I used the big spray so I can spray Dennis to. If me and Dennis argue today, I can spray. But I love Dennis. Thank you, Dennis. But anyway, the Armor Beauty is made by Dr. Tom Brandage. It is all natural. The beauty about this is Empress. This is for your fine lines. If you have wound, if you cut yourself, just spray, it will heal. So if you had the surgery and spray this, it's all natural. So there's no, chemicals added to this. So for example, you're in the sun, especially in Vegas, Texas, our very, very hot state. All you have to do is spray your skin so that you're not going to have fine lines or anything in your skin or dark skin. So that's the beauty about it. And I believe you're working with this with Lynn, right? With
Yes.
Cynthia.
Yes. Yes, so I'm working with Dita Lynn and Cynthia in regards to the Armor Beauty and the other
Armor Shield.
Armor Shield.
Armor Shield is also made by Dr. Tom Brandage. Also, the good thing of the Armor Shield is to protect you to antibacterial, antivirus, and it's also made for pandemic, the COVID-19. So you can spray anywhere from your body or spray the whole body of your gas or the sink, the handle. Yeah, that's how the Armor Shield, the Armor Beauty, and it's also douche, the Armor Shield. You can use that as your personal hygiene.
So hold on. So you're saying that with the Armor Beauty,
An Armor Shield.
Armor Shield, women can use it for vaginal douche.
Correct.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
That's the beauty about it. That's why they call it beauty. Mine, I'm gonna name it Beauty Secret by Arielle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So with
Yeah.
this product, Ariel, anyone can become their own distributor, like white labeling in regards
Yes.
to.
Yes.
Okay.
And also the this one, Lynn, it will be the exclusive here. It's up to her. So she can buy wholesale directly with me, and we can send it out. So any amount. It's really selling because, as you can see, it's really simple. Anti-aging in Hollywood, what they're selling this for 179, but I just want to sell mine for between $20 to $25, the 8 ounce. 8 ounce is between $20 to $25.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's excellent. So, I mean, the question I have is, I know where we're talking about like the situation hand when it comes to the quarantine, when it comes to people boosting up their immunity systems, and like for a lot of women, they're more focused on their health and wealth for as in the beauty products still, because I know you were saying that a lot of the cosmetics has like harsh chemicals to it, yet when we utilize this as a primer and toner with no chemicals, it helps like get rid of it or like what if you're doing like you use makeup but you use this at the same time? Like what happens?
You can do whatever you want to do. Like when you wake up in the morning and then you take a shower, you spray your face, you spray your neck, you spray your hand, spray your legs, whatever the part of your body that you don't want any fine lines or wrinkle showing up. For example, we're the lady, we're the woman. Where's the first that you can see that there's a fine lines? Your neck, right? Your neck, your face, your hands, right? Your legs. So you can spray your whole body if you want. You know, it is up to you how you want to do that. At night, after you take a shower, just spray your whole body and let it dry to your body.
So it's like a hydration bottle, I would say, like to hydrate your body.
Well, it's basically protect your skin.
Okay.
To protect your skin, you know, to have wrinkles or fine lines or anything that, you know, you get to remember this is not just for the woman. This is also unisex for men.
Okay.
Like men also, they want to be look younger, you know, so that they can impress their ladies. Rek maingay. Rek maingay. Yeah, sorry. Rick cooked us lunch actually. Oh, by the way, happy anniversary, Lynn and Rick. This coming my birthday.
Yes.
Their anniversary for 40 years anniversary.
That's coming up with June 25th.
June 25th on my birthday.
And you know what's so awesome? Today's June 15th. Tomorrow's my mom's birthday.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
My
so
mom's birthday is June 13.
Oh, go Gemini's in the house.
No, yeah, Cancer. Yeah.
Cancer and Gemini, yeah.
Let's talk more about the beauty, and then so we can actually Lynn here and with Cynthia and also Empress will have the beauty armor, armor shield, armor eye, whatever you guys need, made by Dr. Tan Brandage. So you guys can actually become distributor here, wholesale distributor or retail distributor. Yeah.
And if you want to learn more information about where you can get this amazing armor beauty and armor shield, you can go to Empress, EMPRESS, Nikesha, NIKESHA.wordpress.com. Again, it's Empress. Ooh, I almost fell. Nikesha.wordpress.com. And basically, you can shop now. Also, we have amazing upcoming product called Immunities by Green Labs, which is another amazing natural herbalist here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Her and amazing co-founder and founder of the project had created immunity booster, which is called the Golden Samurai. And I know I personally have taken it, and I'm a product of the product. I believe that if you're going to share a message, you should be a product of the product. And for like the past 60 days, I know the first 5 days, mental clarity, and then after that, detoxing, and it regenerates the thyroid glands. And so I really give thanks to these doctors who are being, you know, more advantageous in saying, hey, what can we do to heal our bodies naturally in such a time like this? And I give thanks to Immunity Green Labs and Armor Beauty as well as that.
To heal the body is don't stress yourself. You know, you live like free, like you have freedom. You know, if you stress yourself, that's also add to your health. And then also, as you said, we cannot depend to any chemicals or any types of product out there that just created just like that. You had to eat healthy food. You had to eat the greens. You had to eat fruits. You know, and you had to have enough sleep. You know, if you don't have enough sleep, you know, you become grouchy. You become, you know, your body, instead you look 10 years younger, you look another extra 10 years older. So basically, it's just about us discipline to ourselves. So this supplement is just a supplement for our needs, you know, just probably, wow, we're losing another, you know, 10 years because...
y'all losing 10 years. I'm not losing 10 years.
Well, you're still young. You're still a baby, you know.
Well, I look at it as this. I've traveled, like you said, around the world, especially over in East Asia. And one of the things that's very important that I learned in China that they practice daily is the Tai Chi, the meditation. and also doing like massage therapies like after work to relieve stress so the body can naturally regenerate itself. And people who are older than you and I, how can I say this? They are riding on bikes with boxes and doing more like things on an activity level than you see like a regular American, citizen here, here in America. So I would say, like, when it comes to one's health and wellness, I believe it's a mindset thing as well as discipline and a
Yes.
culture. But the question I have for you, Arielle, due to the situation at hand, people being quarantined, and if people are already been stressed out from their jobs, their careers, or their business, and with the situation of social distancing and thinking innovative ways of how to improve their health and wellness, what is that added on stress, in regards to like now going natural?
Correct. That's added to your stress. Correct. Because of the 3 months, almost 3 months, like the kids. The kids are also stressed. My daughter and I, we fight sometimes because they're bored. And imagine they stay at home like us. And what did you do? Just cell phone, computer. That's about it. Chat their friends. That's add to their stress too. So it's not just on adults. Kids also have that stress. So the only thing you can do is, make your mindset that live positive. Don't add another stress to yourself. Like me, it's my birthday on the 25. I keep saying I'm 35 forever. Of course, I'm aging also, but do you have to admit that? Of course, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
I like,
But
don't
that's
you
why we have the Armor Beauty.
to not admit.
Armor Beauty. Armor Beauty is a very simple product, all natural. So you just spray it to your body and to your skin. And if you go to the ocean or if you go to the beach or anywhere, so Armor Beauty and Armor Shield. Let's talk about you. How are you doing? I know you are mastering. You can do everything. So what have you been doing lately?
Well, one of the things that we are discussing when it comes to the discipline of self is acknowledging the suffering. When I say acknowledging the suffering is I've been more in deep meditation with myself in regards to how can I, emerge from such adversities as this. And basically taking my high-end skill set, building a home-based business from home, and partner up with strategic partners like yourself, Immunities at Green Labs, just, putting things together to create a sustainable future. So the stress levels has allowed me to go within and look at the negative part of myself and also look at the positive things about myself and how to heal myself to improve my mindset, improve my finances, improve my sustainability for my future, and how I deal with not only myself but relationship with others. So what I've been really focused on, just like you said with the Armor Beauty, is our Golden Samurai and another product.
Armor Beauty.
Armor
Yes.
Beauty, right.
But anyway, yeah.
So let me complete my thought. And so with the Immunities with Green Labs, the Golden Samurai has helped me. And we have another product called Captain D and Queen P, which one, it helps women with menopause for Queen P, and one that helps men with erectile dysfunction, Captain D. So with this whole collection that we have, be looking out for our limited edition that we have available. And I'm so excited that we can come, and collaborate at such as times like this and provide beautiful products for the world to see and to invest in for when it comes to their health and wellness. And you got to pay a price for it,
Correct.
It's
yeah.
nothing's cheap. If you really want quality health and wealth, you got to invest in yourself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, let's talk about. I know everybody is stressing out this riot. Let's talk about that for a minute. So, what do you think about what the people did just to get justice? Do you think so? The way they did is justice or injustice?
Well, first we have to understand the definition of what justice is, and then understand the polar opposite of what injustice is.
Well, the justice, let me see, the justice that they're looking for is enough. You know, we're human beings. You cannot be discriminated or racism because, you know, we're all the same blood, we're all the same color of, you know, inside of our body, I believe, you know, it's red, right? So, I know that these people, some individual, not everybody, that have that discrimination or racist. You know, it should not be the whole world. It should not be the whole entity, because we already accepted biracial, correct? We should not even labeling ourselves. I cannot call you black woman. It should be American girl.
I beg to differ. I'm gonna be honest.
What do you mean? This is just about,
No, no,
we're not
I want.
comparing. We're just, maybe the society or the media should just go ahead, not level the human being. It should be a man has been killed or a man has been.
You
What do you
know,
think?
well, I had to again go into a deep meditation about this because the thing is, here in America, our ancestors have been through a lot of, like you say, atrocities. And when I say a lot of atrocities, meaning that whether they were slaves, whether they were trafficked, where they were, you know, like hung, it was a lot going on in certain periods of time where media was not available. You may have, like you say, your news where they took, you know, photos of certain incidents, and those things were recorded into history. But what about the other things that were not recorded? What are the things that were not recorded in ancient times when it comes to people's stories? Rather, it's the stories of our ancestors or stories, because that lives in our blood. What I come to know is that the things have to happen, just like you say, evolution. Certain things that have not been discussed has to come to the surface. And I believe truth will reveal itself over time. So when such as times like this that's happened, I mean, look at the, you know, series of what happened to Nipsey Hussle or what happened to Trayvon Martin. Those things rise and it fell. But then when the series of this happening is that it happened, but then it went down. But then now with such a time like this, where everybody's quarantined in such a time like this, it had to hit nationwide. And what I believe, not saying that I know everything, but what I believe that this is something that is a human evolution. And for me as a spiritualist, I believe that there is a pathological and psychological effect in regards to what people have done, have been through, and a way to how can I say, attack it or to voice it. There's no, how can I say, a sacred space of communicating or art of communicating, because people, all they know is a riot, you know, or protest, things that they have seen other people have done. And so there has to be another way to transform that energy into a positive way. Just like I said, I'm dealing with myself, positive, negative. And to be honest, I didn't know that this situation that happened to this gentleman, or like you say, this black man living in America, and also the young lady Brianna that happened to this, because I've been deep within myself, not paying attention to media, not paying attention to what's going on in the world, because I said, who's paying my bills? Who's taking care of me? You know, I'm focusing on myself and focusing on my elevation. And when someone like my neighbor told me that there was a riot in downtown, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I'm looking like, what? So then I had to come to my senses that when I go out into the public, how are people perceiving me? If I say, hey, I'm Empress and I'm an indigenous, you know, person living in America, I have traveled, so I have a world mindset in view, and I know that you are my blood sister, you're my blood sister. But if people who are born in this land never left this land and feel the fears and the traumas and the hurts and pains, they're not going to say the same story because they have not been outside in their own environment. So as a result of that is that this is where we start the conversation. and we have that communication in regards to how
So
we feel.
you're okay to what I said that when they do a rally, it should be peaceful, correct? If they want to ask for justice, not looting. I mean, every time that someone get hurt, as I said, we cannot label them because we're all human beings. It's not your fault to be black. It's not my fault to become an Asian. God created us. I know a lot of people doesn't believe on that, but I don't ask them to believe. Who created us?
But my question is this,
But
my
hold
question
on,
is
hold
this,
on.
Art. No, I need to, because we're on media, and I am take pride in my reputation, is that this whole thing with black, Asian, white, we have to understand where your roots come from. First, what is your nationality? Because everybody who's black in America is not African American. Some people are, like you say, people who are African, they have come from different tribes and speak a different language. But then when they come here in America, they're considered as black. The first question I ask you, what is your race when it comes to your ethnicity, when it comes to your mother tongue? So I know that my ancestors who were here prior to Christopher Columbus were indigenous, and they were native, and they were indigenous for as an Indian. They were doing more commerce and trade and everything when it comes to civilization. But then when they got trapped for as an enslavement, or they had this going on, then they started to get renamed. Same thing with your ancestors. Like I said, when I went over to China, I had to tell the Chinese and the students over there, I said, look, y'all came from us. Y'all were dark hued. Y'all became melanated, became who you are as a hue. So therefore,
Wait, did you say you came?
you came from us.
What do you mean you came from us?
You came from indigenous. You came out of the indigenous name out of East Africa.
No.
Meaning that, yeah. No, and I'm being real. I'm being real.
No. I mean, people are gonna laugh. People are gonna laugh at us. I mean, you have to do your own research.
I've done my
that.
research.
Really?
I've done my research.
So the Chinese. What about the Filipino? Where did you
Same
come from?
thing. Yes. We taught you the martial arts. We taught you the arts and sciences. We taught you chemistry. We taught you everything that you needed to know. We were the nomads. We traveled all across civilization teaching the arts and sciences and astrology and the spiritual things to understand who you are, even the Tai Chi and the Yin Yang.
Okay.
No, and I'm being serious, and I'm being very serious. Because
I know.
No, I'm being very serious because the thing about it is that there's a lot of things in
I
ancient
am not
times.
laughing of that. I'm just laughing about, what did the Chinese people tell you when you tell them that they came from you?
No, when I went to China,
Uh-huh.
and I went to a gym store,
Uh-huh.
and I said, ni hao. And the lady behind the thing, she looked at me, she said, I know you. In Chinese, I said, what do you mean? She said, you are Egyptian. She said, you are the mother of us. I never said a thing. It shocked me. Not only that, when I traveled into another land, when I was a part of my school, we went into a civilization on the countryside, and there were some townspeople who were dark hued, looked like me, and they said, come here. And when I went, there was a statue of like you say, an ancient guy who had invented the wheel for his electricity, and said, we come from you. And I'm like, look, I'm over here just a teacher, and they're bringing me. So they know. Your ancestors know. They know, but the question I ask for those who live and never lived outside the environment, do you know who you are? Everybody know about your royalty.
Well, in
Everybody
the
know about you.
Philippines, we have indigenous also. We call it Aitas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're the first people land in our country, Philippines. So we have indigenous people there that call Aitas. In fact, they are, when the bays are there at Subic Bay, they are the first priority people there. The base never let them leave because they live in a mountain. Until today, they're still there, you know. But a lot of people cannot accept that. A lot of people cannot accept where are their roots from, because, hey, I'm not black. They will say that. Chinese, they're not black.
because that's for another story. I mean, another, because we're talking about armor beauty. One of the things that it's like, it was a documentary, and we were talking about King Tut.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like Paro. Remember, they have also slave.
the who?
So Paro, P-H-E, Paro, like
Pharaoh? Oh,
Egyptian
Pharaoh.
Paro.
Okay, Pharaoh. We have to understand that what's recorded in history, those who control history can control your future.
Well, what we're talking about here, we should not go back to the past. We're living in the future. You know, we should not go back and grudge what happened in the past.
You have to go back in your past.
I know,
but you should not settle in it.
Yeah. But
You should go back and that's why I'm saying the reason why this situation with this whole Black Lives Matters and all this is because we want closure. And when I say we want closure, everyone who has dealt with something for an injustice about whether it's their gender, their color, their race, their power, whatever it is, we want closure. And when I say we, I'm speaking for the people. I'm not speaking for like national, I'm speaking for the voice of the ancestors saying that we want closure. In order to bring closure, you have to understand who you are, not what's recorded in history. You have to understand his story, her story. Like you say, there's patriarchal stories, there's matriarchal stories. You have to understand and comprehend where do your story lies. If you have somebody coming in and taking your story, taking your legacy, and rewriting it as their own, and then putting their lineage and saying that we were here first or we did this first. Same thing with your ancestors. If your ancestors invented something and somebody came over and took your rights and said, hey, this is mine now. You don't own this. Now we own you. If your ancestors said, hey, you know, we do indentured service. No, I want you to listen to this.
I do. But
no.
Wait. What I'm trying to say here, because I don't want to go back in the future. What I'm trying to say here, okay, we should not level ourselves. We should stop the past. We should just continue living as a human being here without
It's going to be the same thing. Arielle,
and
look what's happening right now.
Everybody, like
look what's
Empress,
happening right now.
But not everybody are having a discrimination life.
Because
look at everybody are married. Some people are married to a black. Some people are married to a white. Some people. This is just individual person.
This is the matter of the fact.
I know. This is
the matter of the fact.
This is just an
individual
person.
The matter of the fact, baby. The matter of the fact is this. At the end of the day.
So you're saying until today everybody are discriminating the black?
No, this is what I'm saying.
But you're saying
racism
Obama
has nothing to deal with the color of your skin. The racism has to deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The racism has to deal with money, baby. At the end of the day, it's about money. Money is energy. Money is power.
Well, then they should have to work.
When you create privileges, you create privileges, baby. When you create privileges. When you create privileges and say, hey, I want this particular race to struggle, and you put barriers, and then they go through a cycle, and they try to level up, and then there's more barriers. There's more barriers, and there's more barriers. Everybody's trying.
Empress,
there's
because
levels.
Listen, hold on a second. A lot of people work so hard.
They work so hard, but there's systems set in place, baby.
No.
It is time. No, that's good because
I work in a home health. I have a lot of patients. These are strong men, stronger than Dennis. Do you know what? They're depending to the government. These are so strong. I work in a home health. Okay, I service them. I asked them. I said, you're living in a nice house, paid by the government. You're not working. You're getting money from the government. Okay, these are my patients. Empress, don't get me wrong. I know how you feel. And I know how I feel too because I become discriminated too. But these are strong. I'm not going to level, okay? But this is a strong man, a strong woman. I asked them. They're my patient in Las Vegas, okay? I service them and I feel so ashamed to myself to service them because he is very strong. And I said, why are you doing this? It's easy. All I have to do drama.
Do
He
who?
told me point blank, drama.
drama, drama.
Yeah, drama. I said, and what? Oh, I told him I have a back pain. I cannot work, and I cannot. My legs is hurting. I can't walk. But guess what? But they can drive. They can drink. So it's not everybody, Empress. I understand how you're feeling because I get.
No,
I get
but my question is, but no, you're taking the context.
Wait,
you're taking the
wait,
context.
I'm gonna go back there. I'm gonna go back
No,
there.
you're taking no, I want to say this. You're taking the context and placing it on an example, but the question is, what is the context of that person? Is that person, or like you said, oh, they're doing home health care? Like, I can give you an example.
I am doing a home health
No, like
care.
I said, I can give you an example.
This person is so strong like Dennis.
Right.
It's like
okay,
Dennis
but what
is
is their
strong.
what is their education?
Why didn't want to?
What is their education? What is their gender? What is their race? What is their like?
I don't
what
want
is
to see
their...
the labeling. That's why I told you.
So that's what
we
I'm
have
saying.
to stop doing leveling people. That's what I
Are
said.
you saying leveling or labeling?
Leveling?
L-E-V?
To level, yeah, L-E-V-E.
Again, we have stories. When it comes to this person and you service them in home health care, again, what is their education background? What is their insurance background? Do they have Medicaid? Do they have, like you say, they come out of their own pocket to pay for the home health care services? Okay, they come from the government. What race are they? What ethnicity are they? What's
so
the
you
income?
want to know? You want to know then? You want me to say it in
Yeah, they
in
can be
television?
black, white, Asian, green, alien.
I told you I don't want to do that.
I want you to do that. Let the people know.
Black people.
Okay, now, you got black people who doing that, but the question is, why are they doing it? Did you ask the
Because
question?
they're lazy.
Okay, what do you mean your definition of lazy?
Lazy, they don't want to work either. They can work.
Okay.
They're pretending they cannot lift up heavy stuff. Either they can go and work. Why me? I'm a lady. I'm a woman. I'm a single mom. I have to find a job. I have to work.
So
I have to do something and sell my beauty secret.
Right.
And this is 5 gallons. Dennis and I carry this. I carry 15 gallons. Okay, 5 gallons. Okay, listen, wait. 5 gallons of Armor Beauty just to deliver here in Dallas, Texas. I have to work and sell this. Is that a good thing to work as a woman, as a single mom? I'm a single mom. This is a big guy, okay, like Dennis. And I service him and I feel so bad because I have to service him and he's so strong. Think about that.
Okay, so let me think about it. Okay, so he's strong. no, this is cool because, let me see, this black man, he's strong, but at the same time, he looking at you. But my question is, what is going on in people's mindset? You're not having a conversation with him. You're arguing in your thought process.
I asked him, I said, Robert, why do you want to do this? Well, I can get away with it. Remember, I'm black. That's what he says.
So, okay, so he black, and he getting away with it. With you working hard, you strong, and like he's like, dude, I'm slaving over here, trying to get this product.
5 gallons, I carry that.
Ask his ass and say, look, you need to buy this for your motherfucking wife and yourself. Buy my product. I'm over here service your ass, and you over here being cheap. Be 100 with this nigga. I'm just calling like it is.
No, what I'm saying
No,
is.
I'm just calling like it is.
Hold on.
No, because
Empress.
No. What I'm saying, Arielle, is that people. It was a question I asked somebody. I said, look, I done got my masters. I done got this. I done did this. I done went to road. I done struggled.
But look at you. You're smart. You have a master degree.
Yeah. Okay, but do I got money in my account?
Well,
do I got it in my account? When I go to investors, when I go to bank, when I look at credits, what they look at me? Oh well, and then when I ask behind the scene, they say, oh, because there's systems set in place to not let you level up.
But
so like you say, you have to work twice as hard.
You have a degree. You are smart.
Okay, a degree don't mean nothing unless you got money behind you, baby. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm being very serious.
Empress, you're very smart. You're beautiful. You're young. You can get a job.
Give me $10,000 right now, Arielle.
You can get a job.
Give me $10,000. I applied for over 100 corporate jobs. Okay? Listen to me. Because I'm being serious you right now. Because I'm suffering. I am suffering. This is real.
Because you think so
suffering.
is still discriminating you. They're just discriminating you.
I ain't asked nobody who's going out there, or you discriminating me against. I'm suffering because of the social reality when I step outside the doors. Okay?
Because they think you're black.
Because whether they think I'm black or I'm too smart or whatever, I'm intimidated. It's like at the end of the day, I'm building my business. Okay? I'm building everything from ground up. And what I'm saying is this, is that I have a voice, and I'm not only speaking for myself, I'm speaking for those who are the voiceless. I'm also speaking on behalf of my ancestors who've been through things. I'm also giving thanks to those who build business like Madam C.J. Walker. Okay, and I'm also giving thanks for those who are indigenous and their legacies and things that they have built has been stolen and been patented, and other people are benefiting out the fruits of their labor. So when somebody say that somebody is like you say lazy, if you ask somebody who is profiting and living off the fruits of the labor of our ancestors back, and then at the end of the day, when they figure out the system is working against them, I don't complain if that person say, look, I'm just benefiting from the government and collecting a motherfucking check.
Okay, hold on a second. There is a guy, okay, this pandemic, he got, I believe, 250,000. Okay, I want to say this, what color he is. You can Google it. He got from the government. The government helped him. He's a black guy. You know what he did to that money? He bought all luxury. He bought Rolls Royce. You Google it now. He's a black guy. The government gave him the pandemic, right? After the pandemic, he applied for it. He got the money because the government wants to help everybody. He's a small businessman. He applied for it. He got money. He should help his people. You know what he did? He bought all luxuries stuff along with the Rolls Royce. So now he's going to jail because that money is belong to his people. He is a businessman, black guy businessman. And the government gave him money. I know how you feel because I applied to, okay, small business, SBA. But since there's so many people are applying right now, for them it takes a long time. I'm frustrated myself, but I cannot get angry. So what I do, I had to find a way for me to live, to survive. I've been single since 2004. Imagine that. And I have a daughter with me. I'm a single woman. And I don't feel any negativity in life. I had to find a way. I had to find a way how to make some money,
right,
how to survive. But don't get upset to the society.
No, the thing about it is that I'm very passionate.
Yeah.
I'm not angry. I'm not frustrated. I'm very passionate.
Yeah.
And then for me to wake up and see the reality when I'm interfacing, and then hearing the conversations that when I get a chance and opportunity to speak, I'm going to speak with passion. And people may misinterpret like, oh, you're angry, you're frustrated, or this, black. I'm like, no. I'm passionate because I'm building my passion and utilizing my energy to build my business, or connect with powerful women like yourselves, or connect with other people who are like-minded like yourselves, and putting that fusion and that synergy to make things happen. You see what I'm saying? When we're talking about economy, one of the things that when we're talking about community, like I was expressing earlier, is the community building. If I know that you sell cars and then I sell insurance and this person, like you say, sell homes, then together we come together because I need a place to stay. So if I put money in your pocket, you get money, you get your family fed, and at the same time you sell me a car, your family get fed. We're now building an economy, and it's personalized, and we're building a community because it's based off of economics, because we live in a world of capitalism. Now, when it comes to the man who's, like you said, was given $250,000, okay, from the bank to help out the business, the question is like, well, his action, he's supposed to help his community. My question is, where was his mindset? Is his mindset disciplined to understand the economics of how money and business works? He may always have the dream that I want to have a Rolls Royce or live in the nice cars, but then again, media, again, pictures can paint 1,000 words. And did you actually go interview him and say, okay, what was your upbringing like? If he didn't have nothing growing up, if he lived in the projects and he always, all his life desired it, and he finally got that money and he spent it.
He owned the business.
Right,
Look
but
at
just
Dennis.
because,
Okay,
just because he owned a business, I interface with a lot of mom and pop businesses. Okay?
let me use Dennis. Empress, hold on. Let me use Dennis. Dennis he told me sometimes just say I'm black, okay? But he's around with the high profile people. He doesn't see himself like low life. He is actually in a higher level. Okay, he's dealing with white, he's dealing with black, he's dealing all nationality around the world.
Okay, but what about his mindset? How will his mindset cultivated? That's the question.
His mindset cultivated, you wanna know? He came from a poor family. He came from a drug addict family. He sold drug before. But look
Okay,
at him,
great.
wait, hold on. But he lift up himself. He doesn't want to be
Where
on the
did the
level.
empowerment come from?
I'm
So
sorry?
my question is, where did the empowerment come from? You can be cultivated. Like I said, I was raised in Oak Cliff. I was raised in the hood. I left at 15.
But you are, I know, but you put yourself into the pedestal.
Right.
Because
I cultivated myself.
You don't want to be out there like Dennis. He doesn't want to be out there. When I went to their place, everybody educated me, okay? They said we are, and we have a white hood and we have a black hood. But Dennis get up on himself. I don't want to be in a black hood for the rest of my life. So he get up. He is a good example. Okay, but these other people, okay, hold on, because it's not just black, also Filipino.
Correct.
Every
Everybody.
nationality has that experience.
It's
Has
a culture.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why this is just individual who hit other people, hit individual. Like this guy who killed George Floyd, right? He hate him. Okay? He hit him himself.
But where did that?
Hold on. He
where
cannot
did
be
the hate come
involved.
from?
Hold on a second. Because Empress, okay? My cousin, my first cousin married to a black guy. Did we hate him? No, we love him. This is just individual human being who does not like black guy. But now
Right.
everybody becomes. Look, Barack Obama, he was the first black president. Did we
Okay.
hate him? We love him, right?
Everybody
Look
have
at
their
Oprah.
right.
Oprah Winfrey. She is a mogul as a billionaire entertainment. Did the white people hate her? No. We love her, right? Come on. This is just individual person.
yeah,
this is just
it's-
individual
It's
person hate
individual.
everyone.
It's individual, but then again,
It's
you
not
got
everybody.
it's individual, but then you have media. You have everything creating stories.
That's the media. That's what we have to
Right,
stop.
but then again, when it comes to back the guy who killed, like you say, the Mr. Floyd, what was incubating in his mind and heart? You see what I'm saying? Everything starts from the home. Everything starts from the home.
It starts from the home. The
So,
mother, the father,
the
how
mother
they
and
train.
father, how they perceive people, and then how they see it. But then again, it's like, well, I want to protect my people. I want to protect my own, and then you get involved with law enforcement. But what other, like you say, cliques and law enforcement that has an inner prejudice and racism towards people, but at the same time, it's the
an
same.
individual. It's an individual.
It can be an individual, but then if the question I ask is that energy. When you create energy, whether it's positive, negative, once it's created, it can never be destroyed, but only transferred. That is the human law of thermodynamics. So if you're dealing with one person that is incubated in hatred towards another person, there could be 10 other people having the same thought and idea, but that person gets triggered or pissed off and initiates the action onto one individual, and then that causes a ripple effect for other groups to now, like you say, get involved. So what I'm saying is that this happened, but this been going on. Like you say, 6 years ago, my cousin had police brutality happen here in Dallas and Oak Cliff. My aunt died from a broken heart because she saw her son didn't get justice in the court. They wanted to pay her off $1 million. Of course, being in that type of predicament, she took that offer, but she didn't have any justice in the court. My uncle and my auntie and her brother and his sister, they marched around the courts and around the police department. Why would a police officer drive and run over my cousin with the police car multiple times? I can see one time hit him. But to kill him multiple times in the car, and then a mother who already lost her son in another violent act, and seeing that at the end of the day, but then not only her story, but there's other stories and other stories and other stories. No, there's other stories and other stories. There's other stories that's unsolved, that is kept hidden. So I believe that sometimes events has to happen because when you said earlier, enough is enough.
Yes, correct. There should be, no, why your cousin is not in the media? You see?
He was in the media. 6 years ago when he died, they had it in the media, and they reported it for as in like being broadcast, and then they protested downtown. And when it took them 3 years later for them to put the officer into trial, and then when they finally made a verdict, they said he was not guilty. So what does it do?
Is a white guy or?
He was a white guy. So this is happening. Then all these other stories happening. Then when I was living in Los Angeles, down the street, I was living in the hood, yeah. And the young man next door, next thing we know, we seeing him on the news driving, and the police, when he get out the car, they said to put his hands was in his pockets, and basically they thought he had a gun, and they shot him down, and his mama watched her own son die on TV. What a reality. So what I'm saying is that I'm speaking not for myself, I'm speaking for the voice because I'm passionate, I'm not angry, I'm not frustrated, I'm just speaking the truth. So when this situation happened, we were like, why it had to be all national? Because people have been keeping things behind doors. This is the one thing that I also say, Arielle. In certain communities, in certain families, we say this. When you walk out this house, you represent me. Same thing when it comes to if your ancestors were slaves. If you was on that master land, whatever happened in that, whether it was a lynching, whether it was a beating, whether it was this, and this kid got killed, this, whatever, what stays on this land, stays in this land because you represent me.
Well,
there's a mentality.
Hold on
so now people want to speak out.
Hold on a second, Empress. We have, let me mention a lot of black people that they want to be better, okay? So that's why I'm saying it's not just black, it's not just white, it's not just purple. Let me use example, LCE, Dennis Matthew. He wants to be up there, so he's doing it for the better, right? Look at Denzel Washington. Look at Oprah Winfrey, okay? Obama, Michelle. You know, these people, you know, they want also their life to be better. It is up to you. It's not just black. It is up to me also to be better, you know, because it's not the only black who criticizing black. We also criticize ourselves.
Correct.
And you guys criticize yourself too.
Okay,
you know,
so when you say you guys, just take me, you guys out of there. We the people.
Okay, we the
criticize
people
ourselves.
criticize ourselves. You know, it just happens. Some people are getting better life because they work hard. They make their own legacy. Like Microsoft, they created their own legacy in a garage.
But you have to, Arielle, at the end of the day, sweetie.
They work hard.
No. At the end of the day, baby, you have to understand not what you've seen on the media or on the internet. You need to go and talk to that person because sometimes they're not going to tell you exactly how they got there. They're not going to tell you how they're going to got there. You may read on the news, you may get the research, or you may hear little third parties, but you need to go and talk to them directly. how did they do it? How did they get there? Because sometimes people can say, oh, I just, believed in myself.
You know what? Let me tell you something.
Oh, I just believed in myself.
Dennis and I, when we're driving, we actually adore. I said, Dennis, oh my God, because we listen to the music. You guys are good in music. You guys are good in hip hop. You guys are good. We adore you guys. We love you guys because, wow, imagine Whitney Houston, you know, Luther Vandross. And I mean, I love this guy. I love Luther Vandross. I mean, these are the unique people that bring out this society. So it's I told you now. Yes, I said enough is enough because only individual people. I adore you guys because wow. I said to Dennis, I want to meet all of them. The music, soul music. Oh my God, I love those. Whitney Houston, Beyonce.
Right, but
you guys are good singer, good
but
dancers.
when you say, I want you to say, take the concept out of you guys, okay? Look at just the culture.
Okay, we are.
So,
how about that?
So,
but the individuality has a different
quality,
set of mind.
Right, the quality, but then in essence, where did that birth from? Like you say, when you go through struggles, when you go through pain, you go through adversity, that makes it better. It makes it better.
So that's why I said it's individual.
It's individual, but then also there's collective. Just like you have people who are of influence who have been through whatever they've been through. They may not tell you everything in front of the scenes. They may put it in a book or later on a documentary about what actually went on behind the scenes and how they got there.
Well, look at that. Hold on.
But the note that I'm saying is that those who are speaking, like you said, your Oprah Winfrey, your Beyonce, Michelle Obama, because they know how to articulate in such a way that can create an influence to tone down for people to what?
Yeah, but you said where the family came from. Of course, Michelle came from Chicago in the suburb, right? So as you said earlier, how the parents raised them. So Michelle raised her properly with her family. So her family sent her to college, sent her to school, get a good education. And that's what you just said earlier. It is based upon who raised you, who raised us. Correct. So how you brought up your children into this world, okay? Her family raised her to the right place. Look at Obama. His family raised. Look at you. Your family raised you to the right place. You're very smart. You got a degree. You got a master. But I know how frustrated you are. I get your point because
I'm not.
I get your point because hold on. I get your point because it feels like people are profiling people. I understand that because I myself I get profiling too. If I don't speak Spanish, I don't get a job. I must speak Spanish. I applied when I was a banker, right? So I said, I want to try to work at the bank. Guess what? They didn't hire me because I don't speak Spanish. But in my country, we speak Spanish. But it's just so sad, I only know a little bit. So it's not just you felt frustrated because you felt like you become profiling because you're black.
Right. And I need you to stop, take the motherfucking black out your mouth. Just call me indigenous because I'm speaking for the voice of the people, everyone.
Okay.
And I'm very, like you say, in tune with those who have transcended, who didn't have voices, and I'm speaking of the ancestors, giving thanks, and honor and praise to be allowed to have the opportunity to speak on our behalf of the world, the planet. And when I talk about just saying indigenous, is meaning that I'm connected to you. Rather, I'm, live in England, I'm connected. If I'm in Africa, if I'm in Asia, if I'm in, Honduras, I'm over here in Amazon. Is the collective, for us having a voice. And so when I'm speaking into the existence of understanding your struggles. It's like I understand that. So therefore we can have a conversation. What can we do to heal the situation? What can we do to empower the situation? We have to understand what system we're living in. We're born into socialism, yet we live in a world in capitalism. If our families, like you say, taught us about how money works, if they taught us about finance, if they taught us about, entrepreneurship, but if that was not taught to their families because they were laborers and not thinkers, and they were what? Law-abiding citizens and not, like you say, politicians, then there is a, like you say, discrepancy when it comes to the communication of how you think. So when you're now speaking a language where it's like, okay, well, you worked hard. Okay, my ancestors worked hard. Some of my ancestors leveled up and they got chopped off. Or my ancestors, worked hard and they never, worked on the land before. Or they never labored someone. They were entrepreneurs. They had their own businesses. So it's the type of, like you say, caliber of where you're raised. I was raised in Dallas. I was raised in Oak Cliff. But then when I moved to the sunny side of California, from a house and apartment to a 4-bedroom, 2-story house in a cul-de-sac with a Mercedes-Benz and an SUV, and going to a non-Hispanic school and top tier, doing all those things, it was the environment that like you say, I chose. I chose to, like you say, move myself. But again, what is allowing that to happen? I give thanks to the spirit world and the ancestors, things that I know and believe in the science of, that moved me in that direction. But then again, I did more things that my ancestors and my sister or my brother never did, go overseas to experience more things. And then now I'm brought brought down, and then want to build my community, and I get this, or I don't know what you're talking about, then yes, that agitation. But then again, we have to understand, how does a diamond become a diamond? It has to go through coal. It has to get heat up. So what's birthing right now, Arielle, between you and I, which you are too, is that having this discussion, there's heat. This coal right here is going to turn into a great diamond.
Well, you know what, Empress, I understand your feelings. I mean, how I raised up by my parents were 11, by the way. My sister died June 26th, so I want to say happy birthday, the best sister ever. So we're 11 in the family, and we don't feel a struggle because my dad worked so hard and my mother to raise us. They taught us not to steal, they taught us how to be polite and behave. If someone hurt us, don't hurt them back. That's how we're taught in the Philippines. Until today, we're bringing this up. So that's why we teach our children how to be respectful. I understand your feelings. Really, I know how you feel. Okay, because it feels like me. I become profiling also with the white white police guy in Montana. How did I get my vehicle? Because I'm driving a nice luxury car. How did I do that? Do I have to explain to him? Do I have to justify? That's out of his question. I know how you feel. I can say that because it feels like that we never get an opportunity because a lot of people are profiling people. But we should stop that. We should at least, closure, love one another, don't hate one another. But remember, it's still not going to go away because Filipino, we hate each other too sometimes. Trust me.
Everybody.
It's not just different nationality.
No, people hate
everybody.
Yeah, people hate on each other. And what I mean hating on each other is that, like, growing up in Oak Cliff, the things that I saw was like, light skin versus dark skin. I really didn't get it, but there was a such thing, light skin versus dark skin. There was a such thing.
There's a story behind that. You want to know the story?
What's the story?
Jesus Christ one day, this is true, okay? It's a story. Jesus Christ one day, he's just thinking and sitting how to create human in this earth, right? So he's cooking, he's making some, clay, right? So he put two or three or four, and then they have light, they have brown, they have a little bit light, right? And then they have, he forgot, he burned the last one. That's how it became dark. I'm just kidding. Why the human being created, right? We had this joke, this story that Jesus Christ created the human being, but he burned the last one. Forgot. I'm just kidding, make you smile. It's a joke. It's a joke. But
Did I
anyway,
smile, guys?
anyway, you should be one of the public speaker because you're good. I think if only Oprah can see your talent, hey, you know, you can have your own show. I mean, Oprah is a billionaire. Okay, she is a mogul entertainment billionaire. I mean, you have the talent. You have. It is frustrated, like me myself. You know, I try to get SBA loans so that I can pursue this production because it costs money. I pay almost $10,000 to this production because you need to be able to have another network to get the live streamers. So it's almost $10,000. So I tried to get that, but it didn't come. You know, I feel like it's just because I'm Filipina. You know what I mean? It just I know how you feel, and
Is the and the thing is, the pressure just came. You know, me coming back to Texas 6 years ago, and the reality of, like you say, taking care of my mother and not focusing on myself, not focusing on, you know, it's like me dismantling myself for my family.
yeah,
And taking the greater things of empowerment to help heal my family. But then, like you say, the individualism or people thinking in the different mindsets that what happened happened.
yeah,
And so for me is that now I have to take the 6-7 years that I invested to restore my integrity, and it's frustrating when you don't have like-minded or your communication is not communicating to the right parties
correct.
to who never went and extended outside of themselves to help out the community. So when it comes to the capitalism or economics, it's like, look, all the work have I done, I know that I don't want to put it aside so I can go back to like corporate, you know, because when you know a little bit more, you want to do a little bit better. When you see how politics works in all systems, it's like, you know, it's a red flag when you start speaking the truth
Correct.
in their system.
Correct.
So is that you have to take yourself and build with those who can come together.
Well, look at Nancy Pelosi. They're all biased. Look what happened when George Floyd got killed, right? They kneel on their knee just for the show off. You know, it's drama. They have drama too in the Capitol Hill. I mean, the White House. You know, no matter what, you know, no matter what, this is I'm going to tell you, no matter what, not just everybody discriminate everybody. Trust me, no matter what, it will not going to go away. It will not going to go away. Because me, myself, sometimes, ew, you know, I don't like him. So no matter what, it's still going to be there. No matter what. But I know what you guys feeling because it feels like they're going back in the past. You know, what happened. Not just you guys. Look at us. When there World War II, what happened? You know, Japanese killed us. You know what I mean? But we're not living to that society anymore.
Right, but it goes back to what you were talking about early, you know, the individualism. It goes back to yourself, okay? So if your ancestors went through it, and then their ancestors went through it or similar situations, and then your mom and your dad had you, well, something in your genetic DNA, those stories, those memories, those things are in you. And I believe that you can attract certain things in your life. And then for you to be the bigger, better person and individual, have to come with the mindset that is so, like you say, sound and disciplined, that when situations such as this of this grandeur hitting nationwide, hitting global, you are the individual because you are the influencer of your community.
Yeah, like
And
you
so,
can be influenced in the community. You're speaking highly. I mean, you're very intelligent. I mean, it is time for you to say that. Voice it out. I mean, that's the reason why a lot of people look at Oprah. She's voice of the community. She's voice of the world. She's voice of the woman. A lot of people, I'm one of her idol. I love Oprah. I love, she's amazing. She's really amazing. I love who she is, and I love the way she actually helped the world, you know, and she can help more here in her community, in her society, but it is up to her, right? It is up to her how she do that. It is up to Michelle Obama also, because Michelle is saying now that it is their time. Then it's up to her how she's gonna do that. She can get money and help. You know what I mean? Because she's powerful.
Right.
She's powerful.
It goes back, like you said, at the end of the day, it goes back to yourself.
Correct.
It goes back into, like the ancient text, it says, love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Correct.
Treat others as you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Yet
Come here, Dennis. Let me ask Dennis. Let me ask Dennis a little bit. Get up here with
Yet the reality is you have to love yourself first.
Correct.
And what does it mean? You have to go in and look at the archives, not only with yourself, but what your family went through, the things, the stories that they never told you, and the energy around that, the energy of your ancestors, and then say, okay, how can I go back and heal the situation and address it in such a positive, impactful way to lead not only myself and my generation.
You need to have your own show, yeah. Rex said we can eat now. But anyway, I think we need to continue the conversation. I want you to have your shows. Maybe we can talk about that today while we're eating. But anyway, this is Empress Nikesha. We've been friends for almost,
10 years.
10 years, almost 10 years. Until today, we're still good friends. And we have the dream together that we should continue doing a media and the help of the live streamers. And of course, Dennis Machu, one of the technical engineer of this. In fact, Dennis and I, we met also 10 years ago, and I encouraged him, Dennis, this is the life now. This is the thing. Remember, pandemic, right? Now everybody are doing live streamers until today, social media. And that's the beauty about it.
Invest in live streamers, guys, and definitely get with Empress right here, because I will set the record straight.
I love Empress. This is just a conversation. I can feel her. I can feel her, the frustration. I can feel her expressing herself, and I myself, I feel sad when I saw that man. I mean, that man hate that man. I mean, really, he hate that man because he knows for a fact when you nail on the neck, that's the pressure point of killing the person. He knows that for a fact. That's why this is just individual, okay, please? Because, I mean, we should love one another. We should care one another. But then again, I told you, it's not going to go away. It will be there for the rest of our life. The discrimination is still going to be there no matter what.
You can't band-aid with a protest.
Yes.
When you do the protest, you got to start with yourself.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you got to check yourself first.
Yes.
Look yourself in the mirror and say, okay, if I'm prejudiced about this situation, what's the reason for me being a prejudice? If I'm racist about a situation, why am I racist? What you listen to, what you think, what you read, what you eat, what you say, what you do becomes your reality.
Yes.
And one of the practices we say, thoughts held in mind produce after they kind. If you're watching a lot of violent films, if you're listening to a lot of violent music, you listening or you having conversations, it becomes a reality. It becomes, like you say, your own reality show. And one thing leads into another.
Correct.
So, I mean,
but
that's
anyway,
how I see
I love you and thank you, and I hope we can continue this.
For
and,
sure.
We'll talk about that. And I love the topic today, and I enjoy being here. And
sure.
I would just want to say thank you to Lynn
Thank you, Dita
uh,
Lynn.
and her husband Rick, who has
Dita Ryuk.
made an effort to cook us lunch.
Thank you.
And of course, Dennis Matthew and Maurice Richmond,
Dennis.
one of my technical director. And I'm so sorry. I want to apologize to Robert Estrada, who's running a candidate, the Congressional District 1. I missed the meeting. I forgot. But anyway, June 21, Father's Day, we had the event at 2797 South Maryland Parkway, Suite 21, inside Salad Master. That's one first hour fundraising, and also my birthday on June 25. And of course, happy anniversary, Lynn and Rick. June 25 on
And
my
happy
birthday.
birthday, Mom, for tomorrow.
Yes, happy birthday, my mom.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
And happy birthday to my sister. And I just want to say thank you. We're going to go to Sugarland. I like that name. Sugarland. Maybe Dennis and we're going to be sweet.
I know. I'm over here like Sugarland, like what plantation? I was kidding.
And also Cynthia. I don't know why Cynthia probably is listening. Because Cynthia is the really, really Democratic Party. And yeah. Anyway, you want to say hello, Dennis? Dennis. See, Dennis and I, we would drive. When he saw the police, he pulled over. I said, why? Because they're going to shoot me. I said, stop doing that. But the other day, when we were driving, I think yesterday, right, Dennis? He come out. Arielle, he was so happy. I'm like a king. I said, why? This American white guy said, open the door for me. And he said, thank you, sir. I said, really? Yes, I'm like a king. I feel like I'm a king. But anyway, thank you so much. Once again, this is Arielle, Arielle Live TV, and Arielle W Network, of course, with the live streamers, Dennis Matthews, and my co-host today, no other than
Empress, Nikesha. You can reach me at Empress, Nikesha on Instagram, or reach me at Empress, Nikesha.wordpress, so we can get the Armor Beauty, Armor Shield, Golden Samurai, Captain D, and Queen P at your service.
thank you.